Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I'm your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm back. I hope you guys episode with Dystro. It's not gonna lie, not like about recording because I love recording. It felt good to not record for a night. It really did. It felt really good.
Yep, you had to leave all the stress
No,
on
no,
me and
no. You
stuff. I
brought
see
the
how you are.
motherfucking idea. I will fire you on the spot.
You can't fire me.
Oh my god. Anyways, happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody had a really good week this past week, along with a good weekend. We are almost at the halfway point for March. That is absolutely bonkers.
like I've said in the last episode, it's like it just felt like a few days ago it was like January 1st or something, and now we're in
Literally.
smack in the middle, almost in the middle of March.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, time's going by really quickly. Um, Geez, yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming up this year in general.
Hmm.
But yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. Yeah, so we're continuing our Let's Talk Rivalries kind of series. We're going to move on to a different rivalry this time. In the first episode we did of this, we did Triple H Shawn Michaels, one of my favorite rivalries of all time to this day.
Hmm.
And at this moment, we're actually wrapping up. We're almost wrapping up watching all of the matches from that rivalry. I think we're on WrestleMania 20 tonight.
Yeah, we're on Mania 20, and then we'd be doing backlash, and then the cherry on top would be Bad Blood '04.
Yep, and that's it. We're gonna wrap it up within the next couple weeks. I'm really excited because after that, we're gonna start watching some other stuff. But I will get into
Hmm.
that on another episode. Let's get into tonight's episode. So tonight we are discussing the longtime rivalry between John Cena and Randy Orton. Now, both superstars debuted around the same time in 2002 during the Ruthless Aggression era, just the very beginning of the era.
Hmm.
Um, which that's crazy right from the start. Like that's like a match made in heaven right there. Like Orton and Cena.
And this is young Randy Orton, like he was overdrive Randy Orton. Like this is before he got all the tattoos and all that stuff.
This is
And
after he left Evolution.
well, yeah, but Rollins, Orton got his start. Like he beat Bob Holly in his debut match and stuff on SmackDown.
And then you had Cena who faced Kurt Angle on SmackDown. Now, who won that one?
Kurt Angle won, obviously,
Of fucking course.
but it's like the infamous promo between Kurt and John's like it's all timer stuff too, because Kurt's like, "Who in the blue hell are you?" And then John's like, "Well, I'm John Cena." And he's like, "And I spew ruthless aggression." And he just
Question.
slaps the shit out of Kurt Angle, and it's like one of the most all timer moments of all time, like that John has ever done.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on WWE earlier this past year because Cena hit his 20 years in the business,
Which is
so they
crazy.
replayed that. Yeah, they replayed that clip. I think it was on Raw or SmackDown. They replayed it, and that's kind of where the ruthless aggression era really began. Was kind of
Hmm.
after Cena said that.
Hmm.
So it was interesting how both Orton and Cena were brought up in the same era. Literally started in the same year. Cena did his thing, thugonomics, stuff like that, while Orton got his run with Evolution in the
Hmm.
early 2000s,
Hmm.
beating Mick Foley in that rivalry, which we're going to get to that one too eventually. Orton and
Hmm.
Foley. Oh, man.
That's like an all-timer rivalry too. It's up there with
Absolutely.
HBK and Triple H for me.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Now, however, this rivalry between Cena and Orton didn't actually begin until 2007. Now, this was the year I started wrestling. I started watching WWE and TNA both that same year. Now, I don't remember very much because I was 5 years old. You're not going to remember much as a 5-year old, in my opinion. Um,
Whereas Me, on the other hand, I kind of remember a lot of stuff because I was like almost 9 in '07. So.
Jeez. Yeah, I was only 5 years old at this time. So it all started in '07.
Hmm.
I guess Cena was having a WWE title match. Orton interfered and attacked John Cena, costing him the match.
Hmm. And then it says like I'm looking on Wikipedia for this, but it's like Jonathan Coachman at the time was executive assistant to, I guess, whoever the Raw GM was at the time. So I guess I guess it was Coach. I guess
Okay.
I'm guessing. I can't remember. It's all just a blur to me sometimes. But he announced that Orton was the number one contender to his championship, and then they faced off at SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam '07, and at this time, Cena got the win.
Hmm.
Man, like again, like I barely remember like any of this when I was a kid.
Well, I mean, like you said, like you were a kid. Like not a lot of things are gonna be remembered when you're a kid. Like, but when you get older, you kind of remember a little bit more stuff.
Like I'm
Um,
like when we get on like in the next couple years, like on this rivalry, I'm gonna start to remember a lot more.
right, yeah, because you'll be watching more. Um,
Yeah,
but then during Cena's match with Booker T, um, Orton attacked Cena, causing disqualification, but then he attacked Cena's father, which the infamous punt her around the world there.
oh yes, can't forget that. I think he's attacked Cena's father twice.
Yeah, like I think every rivalry that John has had with somebody, they always attack Cena's father.
It's like what the fuck? Like he didn't do shit.
It's like that's the weak spot. That's the weak spot.
Now I'm assuming this is leading up to Unforgiven '07 because that's the
Yeah.
next pay per view they fought at.
Hmm.
However, Orton lost via DQ.
Well, Cena got himself disqualified intentionally, but
Yes.
so Cena had tortured like Orton with his signature submission move, the STFU, which is now known the STF.
Yeah.
Which this is while allowing Cena's father, who fully recovered from his injury, to kick Orton in the head. Which that's a boss move right there. That is a boss move.
Yeah.
um, but then after the match, Coachman had booked the two of them at No Mercy in a last man standing match.
Yeah. However, what I have written down here, I think you're probably thinking the same thing. Unfortunately, Cena got injured.
That's where he got
So,
injured.
yeah. So this awarded Orton the title.
Hmm.
Now, what was Cena's injury? If we go back a little bit.
I think it was a shoulder injury.
Oh yeah, and then the following year he returns. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Mm.
now it's starting to line up. This is probably where I start to remember shit.
Yeah. This is the rivalry ended prematurely after Cena suffered a ligament torn pectoral muscle
Ooh,
during the match with Mr. Kennedy,
okay.
which Cena was once and forced to vacate the title. Then Orton was awarded the title at No Mercy. Yeah.
Wow. So that wraps up '07. Things kind of
Mm.
go quiet for a little while. However, in the beginning of 2008 in January, we have the Royal Rumble, of course. Cena enters the Royal Rumble at Notorious, number 30, and makes his
Hmm.
comeback, wins the Rumble, and challenges Randy Orton at No Way Out rather than WrestleMania.
Which it's kind of weird, to be honest with you,
It
because it's
is a
like,
little
yeah,
weird.
because it's like, like, yeah, you win the Royal Rumble, you got the main event slot at WrestleMania, only for it to be at No Way Out.
Yeah, like literally like a pay per view or two before the Rumble.
Or
Or
yeah.
not Rumble, excuse me, Mania.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so um now let me think. Was when did Legacy come into the picture?
That was that was '09.
Okay, so we'll get to that. I was thinking '08 for whatever reason. Um, so was there anything that was leading up to No Way Out?
Um, it says during the match, Orton got himself intentionally disqualified, therefore he did not lose the title. But it says on the following night on Raw, Cena would get another opportunity at the championship. defeating Orton for a title opportunity in a match where Triple H was the special guest referee. Now, Triple H has been the special guest referee in a lot of matches.
Oh
like
yeah,
like the one that comes to mind is like Orton and or no, Cena and Bryan at SummerSlam like 13,
I remember that.
and then Orton cashes in and stuff.
Yes,
Um then triple threat between Orton, Cena, and Triple H took place at WrestleMania 24. Orton retained, obviously, and then it leads into Backlash of that year.
Backlash '08. Yeah. So I want to know when and how did JBL come into the picture for this match?
I think it was because of I think it was because of the I'm guess okay, this is just me spitballing here, but I think it could be because like JBL was kind of like good friends with Coach or something, or friends with the GM or something, and then maybe he got. Oh, I think JBL defeated Cena in like a qualifying match or like a contendership match or something, and that's
Yeah.
how they all got like wrapped up in with each other. JBL just in the WWE title picture now, like in '08, like it just doesn't fit right.
It doesn't. I was gonna say that. It's like I can understand Triple H. Definitely, I can understand Triple H. Like he's still
Mhm.
relevant at this time. But JBL, like maybe in '05, but
Yeah,
not now.
like '04, '05 JBL, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so at Backlash '08, we had Triple H, JBL, Orton, and Cena all in a fatal four way. In this case, I guess Triple H won.
So this is during the match. Orton eliminated Cena, who previously eliminated JBL, and then Triple H eliminated Orton. So that's when I think kind of like going towards like the feud with H and Orton, I guess a
Yeah,
little
because
bit,
I don't have anything else written down for '08.
because in '09 that was when Triple H and Orton had their rivalry at Mania 25 that year.
Yeah,
And then John went for the world heavyweight title.
yeah. And then later on in '09 at Night of Champions, Cena fucking made his way back into the picture and faced Orton and Triple H in a triple threat match, with Orton coming out as the winner.
And then there was various segments were held where the events from '07 and '08 brought up the legacy, which was led by Orton and has Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody
Oh
Rhodes.
yes, baby Cody Rhodes. I used to love
Baby
him.
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Oh man, black hair, fucking like baby face, everything.
Okay, the only person that got anything out of that stable besides Randy was Cody.
Was Cody like I don't know anything about Ted DiBiase Jr.
Like
anymore.
the only thing Ted got was the $1 million championship that his dad had made. That
Yeah,
was the only thing that he got. Like he
yeah,
didn't like he didn't have any like outstanding matches or anything. Like yeah, he was a good wrestler, but he wasn't noteworthy.
right. He wasn't noteworthy of anything
Um
really.
and plus like like they were all three like generation like or second or third generation superstars. That's why hence the name Legacy. And I mean it was a good stable
It was.
for
It worked.
it worked for the time period. Um, then eventually it led to a match at SummerSlam, which Orton won again, obviously. Lol. Um, it says on the 31st August episode of Raw, Cody tricked Cena into believing that he betrayed Legacy, and Cody's father Dusty had arranged a match between Orton and Cody, with Cena as the special guest referee. But swerve, bro. Cody betrayed Cena along with Ted DiBiase and Orton.
Just a big ass fucking beat down.
Yeah, it was a big old beatdown. I okay, a little sidebar here. I remember when I think it was like the build up to I think Mania 25 or something like that. Um, Triple H and Shane and Vince got punted in the head,
Oh my
and
god.
they were like out for like weeks, and Orton had like all this security and stuff, and Legacy's in the ring and stuff, and you hear, time to play the game, and it's like, he's Triple H comes out with like his shirt and like the like affliction shirt and stuff, and the jeans and stuff, and then you hear, here comes the money, and it's like, here comes Shane O'Mac and stuff, and then you hear, no chance in hell, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's so cool, and you see Vince like he's rolling up his sleeves.
He's
He's
like, "You
like,
son of a bitch!"
yeah, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill you. And like Triple H like looks at Shane, looks at Vince. I'm like, I'm getting goosebumps, like just reliving it right now. And um, they walk down to the ring, and they're beating up all this security. And you see Vince is like, he's like little punching like one of the security guards and stuff because he doesn't want to hit him, and he like, kicks him, and Shane O'Mac like he just does a kick and stuff, and they stare down Legacy, and I was like, oh snap, like here we go.
Did we
It
never
was
get like that match? Like, did we never get the 3-on-3?
no, we
Oh
didn't.
my
We did
god,
not.
that would have been so cool.
It's like it plus like I think I kind of understand why they didn't, because like Vince like he's a little older, like you
But
don't want
yet,
to
the
like,
following year, he had a match with Brett.
well, that went on way too long than it should have. Because it was just
Now, like,
Brett, yeah.
I
So
really think that match would have been something great. To be honest, that would have been
I
awesome.
think so too, because it's like you have a good worker in Shane, you have Triple H there, you have Orton, you have Ted DiBiase Jr., you have Cody. So the only person you have to really protect is Vince.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he could probably work. He takes his own bumps a
So this
lot.
was leading up to Breaking Point, correct?
Yes, the infamous I Quit match at Breaking Point.
Yes. In this case, Cena beat Orton in this match. He made Orton. Wait. How did he win? Was it?
So he Orton had handcuffed Cena to like the ring post on the
Yeah.
outside. And he threw like water at him. Like, do you have you seen the meme of MGF like throwing that drink at that kid?
Yes. Sadly.
It's kind of like it was kind of like that moment.
Oh
um,
Jesus.
but then Cena was eventually to break free of the handcuffs, but he tied up Orton with the handcuff while simultaneously applying the STF submission hold to put even more leverage on him, like even more damage. And then Orton was forced to quit, meaning Cena won the match and stuff.
Ah. Okay. So what happened after this? Like, was there anything that happened leading up to Hell in a Cell?
Um, Not nothing of noteworthy, but it said like Orton got his rematch at Hell in a Cell. And then, but Orton won the title back. So there's like been a lot of hot potato between
Yeah,
both
with
of
this
them,
title, and then you had Triple H in the picture, in the years before.
right? Um,
And then, oh yes, one of my favorite pay per views of all time. I'm so
bragging
mad.
rights.
Yes, I had a DVD. Someone taped it. Like, someone bought the pay per view, recorded it, and gave it to us. Or I
Wow.
found it, or my parents found it, or something. And
Wow.
I remember this match, Cena versus Orton in a 1 hour Iron Man match. I loved this match. I would do anything to rewatch it again, and I think we're gonna have to rewatch it again.
Yeah, like I remember watching this match like when we were talking about senior skip days and stuff last night. I watched this whole thing in its entirety, like from start to finish.
The one thing I remember about this match is Orton pressing like a whole bunch of the fucking buttons.
Oh, that it would make the pyro go off.
Like, one button wouldn't work, another button wouldn't work, so you just started fucking slamming the buttons.
Um, it says, like he said, it says to accept the challenge, Orton had added two more conditions. It says if Cena lost, he would leave Raw, and if the match would be anything goes. So
Yep.
no holds barred or anything. Which I think that kind of added a little bit more pizzazz to it, because I was like, yeah, the Iron Man match. It's like, oh, well, let's add like little spice to it.
And in this case, I believe Cena came out victorious.
Yeah. Cena had 6 falls to Orton's 5,
Wow. Okay. So
and
that
they stretched it out
ends.
too.
Yeah. That ends 2009, but I need to backtrack to '08 one more time. So the reason why the rivalry kind of came to a pause in '08 was because Cena had a rivalry with Jericho towards the second half of 2008.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, I remember like everything. Jericho was just not well liked in '08. Let's
Oh
just say
no, nobody
that.
liked them. Nobody
Like,
liked them.
was that the same year Shawn Michaels had the same thing with him? Or was that a different year?
I think it was.
Let me look this up.
I think it was like Oh Mercy, like No Mercy. Oh 09 when he got the world title, I believe, or something.
Oh, what am I looking up? Jericho. It was that Unforgiven, this match I'm thinking of. It was '08.
Oh, okay.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, because that's where Sean beat the living piss out of
Fucking Jericho was
Jericho.
just hated, man.
Like I remember, like he punched Shawn Michaels' wife. I remember that.
Man, Jericho was fucking hated. He had problems with fucking HBK. He had problems with Cena. Like, holy shit.
And he was getting punished for sure. Um,
God.
but here's a little interesting little tidbit here. It says, during the match, uh, it says during the match, the Legacy. It says the Legacy. Legacy attacked Cena, but Kofi Kingston came to his aid and drove out Legacy.
I remember that because at the time Orton and Kofi were going to have to start their rivalry.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember that. Because Kofi was getting a huge push,
Orton was kind of picking on him and shit.
and it led to the botched ending, and that's where Kofi just got like shot down the mid card. Like he was mid card for life for a long time.
Ugh, poor guy.
It's just because Kofi had messed up a ending spot, and Orton just went stupid, 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 and that's where like he was just like shut down to the mid card.
Poor
That's what
guy.
happened. Um,
And now look at him. He's with the New Day, and he's doing good. Honestly, he's doing great wherever he
it,
is.
it it's funny because like he was like Kofi was shoehorned in to win Money in the Bank, like I think in 2010,
Wow.
and then with all that, like it just derailed all of his momentum.
So, with the end of '09, this rivalry between John Cena and Randy Orton came to a long pause for about 4 years. They didn't
Yeah.
collide again until the end of 2013 at TLC, where Cena believed that there should only be one champion, because at the time I believe one had what, the WWE title, the other one had the World Heavyweight title.
Yes, so I remember this vividly. Because Orton was part of the Authority,
Ugh.
obviously.
I remember
Um,
that.
and
Everybody hated the
feuded with
Authority.
Daniel Bryan, obviously.
Yep.
It ended at Hell in a Cell with Orton beating Bryan and winning the WWE Championship, but also at the event, Cena defeated Alberto Del Rio to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, God.
But then, like you said, like December, the feud was reunited after Cena suggested that they should be only one world champion in WWE. This is the leader of the Authority. Triple H arranged a championship unification tables, ladders, and chairs match between the two at the TLC event. Um, During the event, Orton defeated Cena to unify the titles. This is the rivalry continued with once again Orton attacking Cena's father in early January.
Yeah, prior to the Rumble. I This is where I really, really remember, because I really started to remember, pick up on a lot of things in like 2013, because that was the year where like the Shield was big. The Shield was a big thing. The Wyatt family came into the picture. Um, I remember
Yeah,
Dolph Ziggler was big at the
yeah.
time.
Because I remember like 2012 Survivor Series, like Shield was coming in, like they took like apart Ryback, and then they had their first official match at the next month's TLC match or TLC pay per view in 2012, and it was Shield versus Ryback and Team Hell No at the time.
Oh my God, Team Hell
It
No! I
it was
remember them
it
days.
was a 6-man TLC match. I love that match so much. That's like one of my favorite matches of all time. Um,
I definitely think we're going to do an episode where we focus on a certain year. Like I got 2013 in mind, 2002. I got 2004 in mind. I got 2007. I
and
got 2016.
knowing me, like I've told you this before, but knowing me, like I have done like a lot of the year in review for some of those years. Like 2016, 20, like 2002, I think 2004 I did. Like I've done like some years in preparation for that.
And I'll get to that like when, the time gets
Right.
closer, obviously. I don't want to stress myself out.
But then, they faced again at the Royal Rumble, and it says Orton won after Cena was distracted by the Wyatt family, which
Oh, yeah.
the Wyatt family coming into WWE at the time, because I remember this is again, I remember first match Bray Wyatt had was against Kane,
Oh, wow. Huh.
and that was at SummerSlam 2013 where Cena and Bryan had their main event match too. So there's like lots of like intertwining like storylines, I guess, in here. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, Orton picked up the win. Did
hmm
anything happen leading up to Elimination Chamber?
Um, on February 10th episode of Raw, Cena said the feud with Orton would conclude following their main event match, knowing the fans wanted change in the form of wrestlers such as Daniel Bryan, which makes sense. Um, at the Elimination Chamber event, Cena was one of the 6 participants in the Elimination Chamber match, competing for Orton's title, but was attacked once again by the Wyatt family, whose interference helped Orton eliminate Cena, and then it would once again momentarily be halted as Cena wanted to focus his attention on the Wyatts, while Orton renewed his rivalry with Bryan.
Yeah. So this halted up until October of that same year. They collided once again, and at this time, this was their final match. This ended the rivalry once and for all. It was Cena versus Orton in Hell in a Cell.
Um, it said like the renewed rivalry between the two, it says, was described as a tired rehash.
Yeah, I think Cesaro, also known as Claudio, was
hmm
complaining about it.
Yeah, he said he was sick of seeing John Cena against Randy Orton for the 100th time or 500th time,
Jeez,
which I mean,
that's like Roman versus Brock.
that's like for the umpteenth time.
So in this case, Cena took the win, thus ending the rivalry officially once and for all.
This was their
They
10th,
did have a few one-offs though, however. I believe in
yeah,
2016 or
7,
17. 17,
17.
yeah. They had a few one-offs, whether it was live shows or just a random one-off, but it was not part of the rivalry. These are just random one-offs. Um, so yeah. How many matches was that?
It was their 10th and final one-on-one match on pay-per-view
Wow. That's
over a
crazy.
course of 7 years,
Wow.
almost.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And like like the rivalry came to a halt for about 4 years. Like
It, I
Cena went and did his thing. Orton did his thing.
Yeah, and then I mean like they kind of like they intertwined again, so
They cross
because
paths again.
like
Ugh.
when I remember like I think it was that exact same elimination chamber in 2014 leading up to Mania and stuff. Um, I think um the Shield was gonna be in that elimination chamber match that year.
Oh wow.
But
Jeez.
then the Wyatts had like disqualified them. So it was Cena, Ryback, Sheamus, Orton, Bryan, I think, and uh somebody else. I
What
can't
year are
remember.
we on?
2014,
Okay, 2014.
because this is
Elimination
leading up to
Chamber.
Mania 30. So
I remember this was kind of like the start of the downfall for WWE. I remember that. It
yeah,
was Randy, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Cesaro,
Cesaro,
Christian,
that's what it
and
was.
Sheamus.
Okay, Christian, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because it was like a match on like Raw or SmackDown. It was like Christian, Sheamus, and John versus the Shield, and whoever won, they would get entered to the Elimination Chamber match.
Right.
And
Wow.
then
Okay.
Shield cost, or the Wyatts cost the Shield that match. Hence,
Jeez.
leading up to that infamous six-man tag between Wyatts and Shield at Elimination Chamber, which is like another one of my all-time favorite matches. So
We definitely gotta do an episode about the Shield too, because like though they only lasted a few years and they've had some reunions, like I honestly remember them so much from when I was younger. Like they were like the team that you hated but you grew to love.
yeah, I know like their heel run leading into their face heel, like their face turn was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Their face turn was really good.
So I also have written down here to close off the rivalry episode. John Cena had paid tribute to Randy Orton on the 20th anniversary of his debut, which was last year,
Mm,
declaring his utmost
utmost.
respect, excuse me, for Orton's achievements as a wrestler, as well as his genuine love and admiration as a person.
Hmm.
So behind the scenes, they're pretty good friends.
Well, yeah, it's like I think they just clicked
In the
too.
ring, yeah, like in the ring and outside of the ring, like they have amazing chemistry together in the ring. But
Yeah.
outside the ring, as people, I think they really mesh together very well as friends.
Um, it's funny that like we were talking about Orton and Cena and stuff because I think it was like I remember watching like Inside the Ropes like little like snippet, and Cody was talking about when he was um teaming with like Randy and stuff, and he was saying like like it was like Cody's like his birthday and all that stuff, and Randy was like it's like like come on like come out with the boys and stuff, and like they go to this like risque club, let's call it that, and he's like, and Cody's just like he like takes it all in. He's like, oh, they're not here for my birthday. He's like, they're here for Randy Orton.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, damn.
Damn.
Um, but it's like this rivalry, even though it was like so long and it was like on hold for some of it, it's pretty good. Like mostly like '09 Orton, it was like the most ruthless son of a bitch you wanted to hate.
Oh yeah. Fucking heel Orton at its finest right there.
What did he say? He said impulsive. It was like something impulsive disorder. Like
Hmm.
that's how he like turned like into punt mode. Like he's like, I can't stop it. And he's like, I can't stop it. I have all these voices in my head, and it's like, but then like I think that was where Legacy had faced off against McMahon's and Triple H and stuff. And he's like, I don't have that disorder. He's like, I just love punting people for fun. And I was like, damn.
Ah, fucking damn. Oh man. So that, my friends, concludes the rivalry of John Cena and Randy Orton. What is your favorite match from this rivalry, guys? Let us know on social media or in the comments. Mine's definitely the bragging rights one, just because it's the most memorable for me out of all of them.
Hmm, that's a tough question. Well, it's like I think you could always say like the building blocks for their feud would have to be from Backlash '07.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like yeah, like like you have Orton, Edge, and HBK and Cena
Wait,
all in one match.
oh 07.
Or
Because I
no,
don't.
that's '06.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
sorry,
say I don't have that
that's
written
'06.
down.
I was like, that's '06. But it's like it's the building blocks that goes into '07.
Yeah, it kind of helped start it, to be honest. Okay, so we got a couple things to discuss before we conclude, including the next episode. So the next episode, I believe, is Thursday. Let's see here,
Hmm.
according to my little calendar here.
It's
So this
shoot the
Thursday
shit.
we are doing Shoot the Shit episode 5. Wow.
It just happens to fall on a day that we will not say at this time.
Well, it's gonna be kind of a themed episode, a little
Mm.
bit. Like we're gonna talk about it a little bit, but Yeah, so we are doing Shoot the Shit. If you guys aren't familiar with Shoot the Shit, go
You've been
take a
long
look
gone
at
wrong.
our, well, yes, kind of, but go take a look at our Shoot the Shit playlist that I have put together for you guys. It's basically where we just talk about anything. There's technically no set topic. Just talk about anything that comes to mind. Just have a good old grand time. No notes, no nothing. It's gonna be good. I got a lot of things to talk about. I'm sure Dystro does too. Just from the past month. It's just a little way to catch up with y'all on how our lives have been the past month or so. That kind of thing.
Hmm.
It's gonna be fun. So if you guys are interested, tune in this Thursday. I'm very excited for that. And I have tonight's song of the night for you guys. Brought to you by yours truly. Um. Oh boy. So a really underrated Canadian group known as the Sam Roberts Band just released a new song not too long ago, known as "Picture of Love." Now, Sam Roberts Band again, they're Canadian, they're from Canada. They're kind of more like an indie rock kind of thing. I would not consider them prog rock. It's more like indie rock, like Oasis kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, it's one of those really underrated groups that, as an American, I feel like y'all should take a listen to them. Once again, it's Sam Roberts Band. The track is called Picture of Love, and apparently they're dropping an album this year in fall. Now, we haven't heard an album from them, I believe, since 2020. So I'm very excited to see what they have to bring to the table this year for us. Considering I've been kind of a hidden, kind of underground fan of Sam Roberts Band since 2021. Since hearing them on the radio, obviously. Um, so I'm very excited to see what they have to bring. I give you guys Picture of Love by Sam Roberts Band. Go take a listen. It's just one of those bands that I really wish got more attention in the States. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. It's gonna be. I think it's a good. I think it's a good song to really recommend to you guys, especially just lately, just like with how I've been feeling. I feel like everybody needs a little bit of extra love, and that song's a good way to spread it. It's just a really upbeat, happy song.
Right.
So if you guys are interested in hearing that song, there should be a link at the top right hand corner of the episode towards the very end. Go ahead and click on that link. It'll take you to the video. I think they have a music video. It's like a kind of like a animated little kind of thing. It's usually how a lot of bands go nowadays. But yeah, so if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which should take you to Linktree. It has our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit. Be sure to follow us there to keep up to date with the podcast. And Dystro's YouTube channel is there as well. He uploads a lot of gaming content weekly. Sometimes I'm in it. Um, we recently just did a way out. He's been doing a lot of 2K22 on his own.
Hmm.
So check out his stuff. He's at the halfway mark to what, 500 now?
Yeah. I'm at 452 at this time of the recording.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's been a little bit of like an emotional ride, I should say. Um, because it's like I started it in May of last year. I didn't really think like anything of it. I was just like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna upload and see where it takes off. And I think it was like, um, was it like by January of this year I reached 300,
Wow.
I think.
It was like I think it was like
And
more like
then
February or March you reached like no not March you reached like more like maybe like end of January you reached I think 300. Then you hit 400 in like February, like literally a couple weeks ago.
yeah, and then just a few days, like almost halfway through March, I'm in the halfway point of reaching my subscriber goal. I'll be halfway
Slow
there.
down, you're growing too fast.
Um, but I wanted to do like a little quote before we wrap
Oh
this up a little
yeah.
bit.
Okay, go ahead.
A little quote from Patrick Starr is here. I don't know why I sound like almost like emo Steve there, but we'll roll with it. So I found this quote. It's from Groucho Marx, and if you don't know who that is like one of the like a filmmaker in his own right, but it's like he's like a silent comedian. sort of like like the old timey kind of films before sound. Um, so I find TV very educational. Every time someone turns it on, I go into the other room and read a book. There you go.
The name of TV.
I need a TV.
Oh my god.
But yep,
Jeez.
that's my little quote for
Thanks,
the week.
Patrick.
You're welcome.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So one last thing before we go. I am currently on a mission right now. I'm trying to reach 1,000 TikTok followers. I'm currently at 799. Um, I usually try not to ask a lot from people. I try to do things on my own. I try to, be independent. But I really would like to hit 1,000 very soon because when you hit 1,000, you're allowed to go live on TikTok. And I know that some people might not be interested in like listening to podcasts and stuff, even though you guys are listening here. But for those of my TikTok followers that are not interested in podcasting, I'd like to do some album reviews and take song requests from you guys and listen to them on the spot, give you guys a live reaction, a live review. And the only way I can do that is if I can go live because there's only a 3 minute recording limit on TikTok for videos. So I would like to hit 1,000 so I can go live with you guys, give you guys some album reviews of albums I've listened to, take song requests from you guys, and give you guys a live review right on the spot, and just discuss all things music. I want to join the music side of TikTok because I am currently on a quest to become a radio host. I want to become a radio host so bad. It is like my lifetime dream. And I feel like it's a good way to do that by investing my time in music, studying what I need to know about music, studying what I want to know about music, um, just everything. Like me and Daisha, we've been studying together. We've been doing these album pilgrimages and everything like that. Just going on Google and googling stuff about these bands and stuff like that. Like sometimes I'll tell Daisha some good facts, like I did about Pink Floyd about a month ago. We talked about Pink Floyd, talked about Sid Barrett, his transformation from really a good looking guy to oh my god, what happened? Like, are
Hmm.
you okay? And it's so fucked up. But yeah, so this is kind of what I do for a living now. I study music on my free time. I'm always listening, always looking stuff up, always willing to be open minded and try new music. Like just recently, me and Daisho, at our own time, we listened to Dark Side of the Moon for the first time.
Hmm.
And it was a very magical experience.
It was a mind-bending experience, let's say
It
that.
really was. And like if I feel like if I would have never gave them a chance, like if I would have never just sucked it up and listened to an album in full, I really would have never fallen into this deep hole of Pink Floydness. Um I am going to be listening to more Pink Floyd albums on my own. And if I find that I recommend them to you guys or even Daistro, I'm gonna send Daisho a link. I'm like, Daisho, listen to this. This is good. Like he knows now. Like when I recommend an album, you know it's going to be good, and that's kind of
Hmm.
the persona I want to put off to people. Like if I recommend you a song or an album or a band, you know it's good because I'm recommending it to you. Like
Right.
that's what I want to be. I want to be that reliable, just that reliable like music know it all.
And plus, you do know like a lot about certain groups and stuff because you do your research.
I've been studying for I'm going on 3 years. This is my third year of studying music really deeply, but I feel like this year in particular, it's like really, really deep. Like I'm going like really like head first into all these groups.
Diving in.
Right now we're on Def Leppard.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, because like we got X this week.
yeah, nervous, but I'm going in with an open mind. So
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have to, because like like yeah,
yeah,
like there's like a lot of people saying it's like one of the worst albums out there, but it's like knowing us, it's like we'll give some things a chance, but it's like if we don't like it, we're just gonna be like, yeah, we don't like it.
so yes, to basically wrap up what we're trying to say, yes, I really would like to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, so I can go live with you guys and discuss more things like this. Maybe, well, maybe in the future I can get Dice on with me, but he needs 1,000 too. But I think we can do something and work around it and just have him on call on Discord with us. so you guys can hear him. Um, so I would really like to hit 1,000. Go follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna put that in the link tree as well. I don't think I put my account on there. I know I put the Reckless Paradise one, but I
Hmm.
don't think I put my personal one. So I'm gonna go put it there. So go follow me on TikTok.
And
Get me to a
I
1,000.
I post some stuff on TikTok as well. Not as much as Marissa does, but I do my part sometimes.
Yeah, I think I put yours in the description as well, if I'm correct.
Mm,
I'll have to look.
I think so.
Either way, follow us on TikTok. Go listen to tonight's song of the night. Subscribe to Dystro on YouTube. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. And we'll catch you guys this Thursday for Shoot the Shit. Peace.
Peace.